everyone, welcome to Task 31 Video Submission. Today we will be programming the product removing process from the cart. So this is something that I accidentally showed in the task 29 or 28 where we were showing the product adding and reviewing process. We also showed the removal process, but this is the standalone video for it, so I will go through it once again. So to recap what we've done so far, we've created a sign in, sign up, user edit, product registration, product edit, a search, a dashboard, an advanced search, then a watch list option for our products, then to add the products to the cart. And once in the cart, we also created a model that was in the previous video. And now we will be looking at the removal of the products from the cart. So that will be the final step in the cart process. So yeah, let's get into it right now. So first, let's look at the UI. So over here, we have this right here, the trash bin or recycle button. So when we click that, it gets removed. Okay, so we'll actually add a few more products. We have to go find them. So let's go and add new robotics, add to cart. Game development, add to cart. We'll add about a few more. So we'll go get this with charts, add to cart. We will add the Cisco networking as well, add to cart. So if we, as you can see, we've added now 5 things into our cart. So let's remove the most expensive ones. So we can see 1.2 million, 90,000, 80,000, 125,000, 40,000. So let's remove ethical hacking. Okay. Down to 4, item removed successfully. So before we remove this vivid charts on web, let's look at our database first of all. So and make sure that we understand the process that's going on. Yes. So as you can see here, we're back to 4 products in our cart. So when we delete this vivid charts on web, that's 125,000. Yeah, we're down to 40, 80, and 90. These 3 products. So if we go refresh our cart table, you can see it's back to 3. So let's now move into the code. So first of all, here we need to go to so we have 2 processes. So first of all, on our bio dashboard, in the cart section, we will look at one part, the button on click to remove items. So this is what will remove our items. One thing special about this is that we are using SVG. That means a scalable vector graphic. So that's what we see. It's so it's by default, it's because it's PNG, it's see-through, but so it shows the same color as the background. But when we hover over it, we get this hover text rose. So the colors change to just a rose color or a red color. So that's what happens here. That is one special part of that. And this is, we've taken this from something like hero icons or Google icons. So this is not something we implemented, but this is a default thing we are using from one of those libraries of icons. So that's the first part. Then we'll go to remove from cart PHP. So first let's actually compare both of the codes. So the cart process.php. So we first do the validations for the login, the authentication check. Then we first check if there is already a product in the cart, and then we carry out the process of so if the product is already in the cart, we first remove it, and then if the product is not in the cart, we add it. So this is the small section that happens when we go to buy dashboard, when we go to our product view and add them to the cart. Whereas when we go to the remove from cart, where we have all this process going on, we first will pass over just the authentication check, because we have to be logged in as a buyer, and then we check the validation of our user ID, the cart item ID. So we make sure that there is a product like this from a user like this, and then then we go ahead and then we have this. This is all that happens at first. So we delete from cart where ID is as such and the user ID is as such. So as you can see here, ID is 21, user ID is 9, product ID 8. So let's find which one is product ID 8. So this is, we'll have to go back to our search. Let's go to our products. So this I believe should be this is 8. So our Arduino is 8. So let's go back to our card, and if we have this entry here, product ID 8. So if we delete this, remove from the card, go to our table, refresh it, you can see there is no longer product ID 8. So that's what happens from the code. So this is the main section, it just deletes it from the card. But then we have a whole other steps, an array of steps to do. So this whole section has to be carried out after the removal. So first we calculate the totals, first we actually get the buyer's city for delivery. As you can remember, we have a delivery value here. And this is something I showed in the previous video. So this product is by a different seller. So if we add, we all know, so from all these, or we can see the surname is the same. Sorry, the seller name is the same. Test2 first name, Test2 first name. So these two have the same seller. So it is 500. But it's 500. So as we can see here, it says rupees 200 within the same city and rupees 500 across cities. But it's charged per seller. So although this person is not in the same city, because it's from the same seller, it's 500. So but if we go back here and then add this to cart, go to 3, you can see it is now rupees 1000 because the seller is different. So if there are like 3 sellers, it'll be about 1500 and so on and so forth. So that calculation has to happen. And at the same time, we also need to be calculating this. So this is the bigger part because we have to first check the city. So over here, we have to get the buyer's city and then compare it. So buyer's city and so on. Then we have to fetch the remaining cart items. So the cart item ID, the first name of the seller. We combine it to get seller name. Then we have to get the city ID of the seller, the buyer ID, the user ID of the buyer. Then we have to initialize all the totals first to 0 before we do our calculation, and then we carry out our calculation. So it's a such based on the delivery fee. So first we get the total or subtotal of all the values. We get that, and then we have to add this at the bottom as well, and then get our total. So then we have our subtotal, total delivery fee. So the total is subtotal plus total delivery fee. The item count is used, I guess, for a pagination. So that's all that has to take place. Whereas if you look at our buyer dashboard, all that happens on top of our page when the page is loaded. So as you can see over here, the authentication check, input validation, all that happens here. Then we have our not this part but the rest of this part here. Then we have our calculation, fetching of the items, initializing total. So as you can see here, we initialize our cart data, we check the city, then we fetch the items, then we do our calculation, and then only we start our code. So this whole section has to be repeated. This whole section has to be repeated once we delete. So after deletion happens right over here, the delete cart item, we have to do all that again. So that whole process has to be carried out in order for our cart page to run accurately and precisely. So that's all of it for this video. We'll actually remove one more once again. As you can see, everything gets recalculated and we get new values. So that's it for this video of our task submission for our removal of products from the cart. I will see you in the next one.